When you leverage workflows within CARET Legal, you will automate and reclaim time for strategic initiatives and standardize your processes to minimize errors and ensure quality work, all while boosting overall efficiency. If you have any type of standard operating procedure, workflows are designed for your team. CARET Legal's workflows put the responsibility on the software to automatically create calendar events and tasks for your team, and is seamlessly embedded into each matter. It is important to note the vital role matter contacts play within workflows. Workflows are dependent on the pre-selected designated roles within the Firm Collaborators subtab. Once set up, and when applicable, the various team members will automatically have tasks and calendar events generated for them based on which role has the responsibility of completing those steps. Let's navigate behind the scenes to see how workflows are created. Within Firm Settings, navigate to Events and Calendar Rules, then Workflow Templates. As a reminder, Firm Settings are permission-based, so not all users will have access to this back-end functionality. Workflows can encompass a broad range of what a firm might need. While CARET Legal will categorize workflows based on the practice area, many firms have administrative workflows for various types of operating procedures. Think everything from conflict checking to onboarding new staff. And even some users create their own unique workflows if they have a standard set of tasks and calendar events they need the system to create for them. And we do provide sample workflow templates out of the box. But let's dive into an example of an administrative workflow now. The biggest feedback we hear from firms optimizing workflows is how user-friendly and easy they are to create. You don't need a computer science degree to leverage the full power of workflows. And they can be as complex with multiple parallel events and task steps, or as simple and straightforward as you need. In this example, once Task 1 is marked as complete, 3 days later, Task 2 will automatically populate for the matter-designated role or roles. Once Task 2 is completed, parallel steps will automatically populate 5 days later, both an event, which is the initial consultation, and a conflict check task. Note, the first task has the anchor date designation, meaning this step will be around which all other steps will be scheduled. When the workflow is initially set to run on the matter, this is the step's date that will need to be specified. Now let's look at a real-life workflow, then run it on a matter. This is a typical intake workflow, managing the retainer agreement process once a lead becomes a client. Once Task 1 is marked as complete by the assigned paralegal listed on the matter, Task 2 will automatically populate for the legal assistant, as there is a 0-day difference between both tasks. And did you see who assigned these tasks to these roles? Technically, the responsible attorney did, when in reality the responsible attorney did not manually assign these tasks. CARET Legal will create and assign out these responsibilities on behalf of the responsible attorney. Yet the paralegal and legal assistant will see the responsible attorney assign them. Now you can elect to have CARET Legal alert the assigned by role contact to be notified when the task has been completed or if it's past due. This proactive approach to task management has saved valuable time. You are not having to manually follow up with a colleague, needlessly micromanage, and wonder when or if the task will be completed. Once the legal assistant marks Task 2 as complete, 2 tasks will automatically be assigned at the same time. One to the paralegal to invite the client to the client portal, and the parallel task to the legal assistant to send the client intake form. Now we understand the framework, let's assign the workflow and see it in action. What you are seeing here are 2 unique points of view. The top perspective from what the paralegal will see, who is currently kicking off the workflow, and the bottom perspective of what the legal assistant will see, as those are the 2 main roles within the workflow we just inspected. And once the workflow has been assigned, you will see the initial task populate for the paralegal. Once the paralegal completes this task, task number 2, as we've discussed, will automatically populate for the legal assistant. CARET Legal's automated workflows can act as your firm's internal, scalable, and sustainable playbooks. Not only will your staff feel empowered, engaged, and connected to the work that matters most, but you will also have ongoing continuity and flow, with a single go-to source of information helping your firm stay structured and organized.